Hi Capricorn, welcome to your November 2018 tarot reading. I'm currently working on getting like a proper mic, so I'm sorry if you can't hear me very well. I am trying my best, but yeah, the microphone in my headphones has busted, so I can't really use those anymore. But let's go ahead and get into your reading. I'm just gonna pull one more card. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that in the present, some of you might be under the influence of a powerful or like an authoritative figure. And you might be feeling a little bit controlled or confined, constricted, restricted in some way, especially emotionally. That's what I'm seeing for a lot of you. And some of you might have one particular figure in your life, maybe a parent, a sibling or a spouse or a friend, somebody who might be a little bit domineering or dominating, no matter what kind of a relationship or dynamic it is. I'm seeing that there is some kind of restriction, confinement, and that's popping up as your immediate challenge. So the challenge is to kind of work around this and live through this. And I'm sensing a lot of heavy energy here for some of you. For some of you, this might be something that's been going on for a while now. And, for a very select few, I'm seeing also that you might be in that position of power or stepping into a position of power. But for most of you, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be you are feeling restricted or limited in some way because of someone who's like in a position of power in your life. And I feel like if this is a romantic situation or partnership or a family situation, I feel like in the distant past it did seem a lot more stable. So there might be more turbulent times right now, but in the distant past this was a very stable, promising partnership. I'm sensing that some of you might be involved with somebody who you wanted to get married to or move in with, or maybe you did that. So there was a lot of stability and like a lot of promises made, and you saw the promise in this relationship. And in the recent past, I'm seeing like the Seven of Cups, and I'm sensing that in the recent past there may have been some kind of like delusion or illusion. Maybe some lies were being told. You may have felt a little bit lost in the recent past, just kind of like feeling a little disconnected from reality. This can also signify like a drug problem, or not even necessarily a problem, maybe drug use. And I'm sensing some of you might have a figure in your life that, again, might be a little domineering, controlling, and manipulative. That's kind of what I'm seeing for some of you. Usually Capricorn likes to be a little bit in the lead, so it's not really common for Capricorn to be... Actually, I shouldn't say that. I think that it goes both ways. I just think that it's a particularly uncomfortable position for Capricorn to be in, because they don't do well with being that restricted, and I don't think anybody really does. So, I'm sensing you've got the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. So whatever the main issue is here is surrounded by conflict, fighting. I'm seeing fights, rages, arguments, and there's a lot of heated energy. And for some of you, if this is a family situation, I'm sensing that heated kind of fighting energy within the family. Um, if there is a partnership, I'm sensing that some of you might just feel like a lot of your arguments are revolving around who's right, and kind of like just it feels like these arguments are egotistical. Or it could be like even in a friendship, these arguments seem to be very egotistical or controlling, just arguments that might be a result of just I'm sensing that if there is a person who is trying to dominate you, they are going to be having petty arguments with you as a way to kind of bring you down. And I'm sensing that you are kind of giving into those arguments. You're very much trying to still stand your ground. And, your hopes and fears are kind of like you're looking, excuse me, you're looking for a solution. Your mind is very solution focused. I'm sensing that a lot of you guys actually have quite a bit of clarity, and you're hoping for a new beginning, a revival, possibly to get back to things being stable again. And you might also be just diving into a passion project or things that you like to do as kind of like an escape, like an intellectual escape from everything that's going on around you. And as the final outcome, it just looks like there's going to be more arguing and fighting. And it might be the people that you're involved with. It might be that something needs to shift and change. But having like the Four of Swords as the best outcome, Four of Swords in reverse, it's kind of like stagnation is your best outcome if you continue things the way that they've been going now. I'm just gonna pull a card as an advice card for you. Actually, 2 cards came up. I'm gonna pull one more. What is the advice for Capricorn to get out of this situation of feeling trapped? Okay, so it looks like there are people around you, Capricorn. Good people with really positive intentions. And there may even be 3 or 2 people, a female and a male, or 2 females and a male. And they all have really good energy. They are very friendly. And they're looking at you experiencing this situation. And to you, this situation just looks like a blur. It just looks like a mess. And you are kind of suffering in silence. I'm seeing a lot of you, if you do feel trapped in whatever area of your life, you're suffering in silence. And the cards are saying, look around you, because you do have individuals who are there for you. You just have to be, like, I get it that it might feel like a risk to reach out to them, but I think it's a good idea because they can already see this happening. I feel like there's people in your life who are aware of this happening, but for some reason you want to keep it hidden. You want to keep people away from the situation, and I think the advice is to not do that. The advice is to uncover the situation to people around you. Use your support systems, because I think that's what you need right now. Don't be so afraid of being vulnerable with the people who are looking out for you. So that's all I have for you today, Capricorn, and I hope you have a lovely November. And this reading doesn't just apply to November, it also applies to wherever you're at now, So thank you very much for listening, and have a great October and November.